As a tattoo artist, you must be able to handle everything from complex tattoos to difficult canvases. The more complex the tattoo or the placement, the more finesse is required to create a masterpiece. There's no better test of finesse than tattooing one of the most difficult parts of the body, the head.
Holy we're doing head tattoos. This sucks.
Your tattoo can be in any style, but it must be on your canvas's head.
It's on their head. You cannot this up.
Tattooing heads presents many challenges that other parts of the body do not. The hard, irregular bone under the skin requires a steady hand. The skin is thinner, finer, and more sensitive.
No one in their right mind gets their head tattooed. That hurts.
Let's meet your canvases.
Holy, that scar is gnarly.
My canvas, he's got a 1-inch scar. It runs right through the area that we need to tattoo. I've got an extra challenge now.
I had a couple ideas until I seen that scar. If I run a line that's directly over top of that, you run the risk of that whole scar turning that same tissue. So you basically definitely have to finesse.
It's gonna be super difficult. I feel like I just screwed myself. One of my first instincts was to try to design something that could go around the scar, but it wasn't what he was asking for. So I'm gonna use finesse and just hide it within the wings.
And working with this scar is tripping me out.
Oh, there's a scar there? You're
When he shaved his head, dude, it's like,
oh, wow.
There's no room for mistakes right now. I have to be 100% on point.
Artists, today you had to show your ability to use finesse by tattooing a challenging part of the body, the head. Jimmy, let's start with you. How was this for you, tattooing the head?
it was awesome until he came back and he had about a 1-inch scar just right from where the eagle's head starts all the way back wrapping around.
Excellent job tattooing over the scar. The way you were able to seamlessly blend over the top of it, it really hides the fact that the scar is even there at all. As far as how the eagle fits the head, I like the wings and the eagle head and the beak and everything looks very cool, but I just think it's a little bit strange how his leg kind of just tucks in right there.
Tucking it under the ear, you shorted yourself on the composition. I'd like to see the other claw. If you could have fit that other claw in, it would have just made it so much more dynamic.
Joey.
I like the placement, and the curvature of the gecko goes with the shape of her head. I think that's really good design.
It really does look like it's sitting on the head. I know you had a bunch of different photos of this lizard. To put them all together to compile this position, bang up job, man. And the anatomy is great, the line work is great, the detail is great, the shading is great, the color is great, the contrast. You hit almost every single challenge throughout this entire competition on this one tattoo. I think you totally nailed it.
I don't feel like these guys, I'm the odd man out. I don't like the way that you have the outline on this tattoo. And I
was using different line weights also. I mean, I know it was definitely...
Nah, but that foot, look how many different size lines are on that foot, and the ball's on the outline of that weird toe that comes out the back.
Are you talking about the shadow, or are you saying it comes to a ball?
Oh, no, I'm talking about, look at that back weird toe, look at that point on the top of that back weird toe. It's just a dot. I've seen you do some amazing outlines throughout this competition. This, to me, in my opinion, is not one of them.
Two of you did incredible tattoos and are one step closer to the live finale. Jimmy, Joey, the judges have decided that the best tattoo of the day goes to Jimmy.
Thank you.
You showed us a little bit more wow factor. It was bolder and cleaner with the line work.
The application, nobody can deny, is just clean, solid, tight tattooing.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
In every elimination tattoo, you will always be tattooing head-to-head with at least one other artist. Today, you must all tattoo the same subject on the same body part. You must tattoo a skull on your canvas's head.
I know from firsthand experience, getting your head tattooed is no fun.
It's crazy, dude.
I just hope these canvases are prepared to go through some pain.
Someone's gonna have a headache.
The surface of the head is round and irregularly shaped. A skull is one of the most iconic tattoo designs, but making it flow and fit with the contours of the head is a true test of your placement skills.
Proper placement on a skull is so difficult because it's like tattooing on a bowl. There's curves this way, there are curves that way.
Yeah, that tops them up.
Whew, yes it is. Mother. That hurt. No, you're good, man. It's needles. It's gonna hurt.
We're down to 7 artists. The stakes are high right now. I'm gonna bring all of my abilities and I'm gonna stay so focused that there's no stopping me.
For my own personal selfish reasons, I want you to have the best tattoo today.
Hey man, me too. God, I just wanna win.
Today, you had to tattoo a perfectly placed skull on your canvas's head. Clean, let's start with you.
Well, Clean, I like the placement of this tattoo. It fills up the whole area, the top of the head. You got a lot of nice tones and shades to black, to the brown, to the bronzy yellow. I think plays really well against this gray shading in the skull.
I really like the fact that you took the time to add all kinds of different little details and intricate design elements. You added so much to this design to make it really unique and cool.
Thank you.
Eric.
You got a lot of nice detail. I think it's very smooth. I think it's very tough, very evil-looking tattoo. I love the crisp, sharp areas of the horns, and I think the placement is great.
The eyes are the single best part of this tattoo because people always say that they have eyes in the back of their head. He literally has them tattooed on the back of his head. It's a pretty solid tattoo.
All right, guys, who had the best tattoo of the day?
Clean's.
If I had to wear one, I'd wear Aaron's. If I had to vote on placement, I'd go with Clean.
I really like Eric. I love the detail with the horns. It's solid.
Final answer.
Clean.
Eric.
Clean.
I go with Clean. Winner of best tattoo of the day is Clean. Many ancient Asian cultures use tattoos to express status, beauty, and their most profound beliefs. They understood that highly visible tattoos were the strongest way to make a permanent statement. Today, you must help your canvas make a bold statement by tattooing a very prominent part of the body, the forehead.
Forehead tattoos. Really? Out of control.
If you mess up on somebody's arm, they can wear a shirt over it. Forehead, are you gonna walk around with a headband for the rest of your life?
You must use ingenuity to create a design that works with the awkward shape of the forehead and complements the features of the face.
Play to the sensibilities of who you're tattooing. They're asking to get their foreheads tattooed, then be mindful of what it is you're tattooing and play into that. Do something beautiful.
That work, kind of sacred geometry, mandala type thing that kind of like goes to a point right here.
She wants her whole forehead blasted. I'm like, oh, hell no, girl.
I wouldn't get too crazy with it like being like too thick.
Dot work and blending in. Oh, Lord have mercy, this ain't going well. I convinced her to go with a more feminine design, so I'm doing all this itty-bitty dot work and lace patterns and beads. Every little detail takes time. I'm feeling the pressure right now. I'm sweating.
Today, you had to use ingenuity to tattoo a very visible part of the body. James.
You really showed ingenuity just because you blended it into 2 different style tattoos on each side of the head. It framed her face very nice. The arc you put over her forehead with the dip in the center, very symmetrical.
I was a little over the top, and he kind of calmed me down. And he was like, well, let's make it a little bit more feminine and frame your face.
Talking her off the ledge is definitely the right thing to do. I totally commend you on that.
The judges have decided the winner of the Flash Challenge is James.
Yours was not as straightforward as everybody else's. You softened up a lot of work that was a little bit harsher, and I really feel that you did her a service.
Woo, I'm stoked. I ain't never won a Flash Challenge before.
Today, you have an intense challenge ahead of you. You must create a 12-hour tattoo for your canvas's head.
Tattooing somebody's head is completely different from tattooing anywhere else on the body. Not only does it hurt a lot, but there's the dome shape and ear. It makes for a very strange composition.
The brain has 2 distinct lobes. The left side of the brain handles logical thought, and the right side of the brain handles creativity. You must find a way to reflect that in your design. You'll have 6 hours to tattoo the left lobe today and 6 hours to tattoo the right lobe tomorrow.
A 12-hour tattoo in one spot is hard enough, but both sides of your head? These canvases are out of their minds. They're going to be in a world of hurt.
Tattooing a head calls for adaptability. Every head's different. It's a different surface. There's a different skin type, a different skin tone, and a different shape, and you have to plan for all of it.
You got gentle hands.
I'm
Remember
very
that.
light-handed. I'm a lady tattooer and I tattoo like a lady. Now that Gia got eliminated, there are only 3 of us left. And if we want to survive this thing, we're gonna have to pull together. I don't care about Team Pack. I want to be alongside those 2 girls, man.
These females can knock off some of these dudes easily.
Yesterday, you tattooed the left side of the brain for the first 6 hours of a 12-hour head tattoo. And you're being judged on adaptability. One of the best ways to prove your adaptability is to finish what someone else started.
What?
That's right. You must all swap canvases.
Eric and I are the only pair of artists that ended up swapping canvases. And even though he's been tattooing for over 20 years, I am not afraid of adapting to another artist's work.
You want to learn something? Look at the other side of her head.
You're just being a pain in my ass.
I'm gonna make my side of the tattoo stand out a lot better than Ryan's by throwing in way more detail. I'm gonna nail this tattoo and I'm gonna win Tattoo of the Day.
This week, you tattooed 12 hours. 6 hours on the left side of a canvas's head and 6 hours on the right side of another canvas's head, finishing another artist's design. There's no jury of peers, and both teams are up for elimination. Ryan and Eric.
Ryan, I really like this tattoo. I think you definitely use contrast to put depth in this to make the skin and gears and tools look like they're overlapping, and the detail is very nice.
Eric.
The style of the rips really match up nicely. You followed the same flow on the front of his head as Ryan did. I think you guys worked really well together.
Ryan and Eric, you guys picked each other's canvases. Let's start off with Eric.
Eric, I love this floating figure that you have in the center. Then the color trickles off into this gnarly pattern. It looks great. What I love about the way these 2 tattoos tie together is the fact that, Eric, you created that beautiful floating geometric shape, and it looks like that's the light that's backlit on Ryan's tattoo.
Ryan.
The layout and the artistry here showed adaptability. All 4 tattoos came out super strong. Out of the one that Eric started and that Ryan finished, picking a winner out of these 2, I would pick Eric. But out of the head that Ryan started and Eric finished, the winner I would pick is Ryan. It just shows that knowing that you're creating something versus you have to match something shows a lot more confidence and a lot more comfort.
This is the first time that we've had both teams tattooing at the same time.
Anybody standing out in the front?
Yeah, Eric and Ryan for the win. I mean, I'm going with Eric all day. Eric's creativity, consistency, and flow on both sides of his tattoo were much nicer.
The cleanliness is not there if you look close at that outline. A couple of sketchy lines on your keys and a couple of stressed out areas.
Does Eric's purple lack a little vibrancy to it?
Looking at all aspects of all 4 tattoos, Ryan's just a little bit sharper. My vote's for Ryan.
My vote is for Ryan.
Bastards.
Winner of the best tattoo of the day goes to Ryan.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Now, over the last several months, in their hometowns, the coaches and the finalists each had to tattoo their master canvas. Let's see how that went.
There you go, bro.
I'm the OG of Inkmaster. I was underestimated all season long. I proved that I'm a fighter. The demon sucks the souls out of people, eats them, wanted to do me.
Hey, King of Horror's got to do what he's got to do, man.
I mean, this thing's gonna be sick.
So this is kind of what I was thinking. It's like a religious Tibetan mask. I don't get to do many heads, but I'm always down for a challenge.
And how far down in the neck is this gonna go?
How far down do you want it to go?
I want my whole neck covered.
Cool. One thing I'm known for is my speed, so if I can get something bigger than the other 2 coaches, I'm down. Nobody's going this big, dude.
I was the most inexperienced artist to win the title of Inkmaster. Now I have to prove that wasn't a fluke. What I'm envisioning is a Polynesian approach, but also I'm big on portraiture. So on one side, I'd like to apply a portrait of a Maori woman, on the other side, a man.
This is blowing my mind.
I'm taking a huge risk with this design. It's unique, it's powerful, it's completely unexpected, and that right there is what's gonna get me the win. Bro, this part is gonna suck.
God Christ almighty.
Find your happy spot, man. I want Team Steve to win this clean sweep.
This is stressful. There's no way I'm letting Steve or Anthony get in the way of my back-to-back title.
If you never knew what $100,000 looks like, this is what it looks like.
All right, Steve, you're up first.
All right, let's see that head tat.
There he is. All right. Tell us about your tattoo, man.
Shape of the head, I just wanted something that flowed a lot. Well, I wanted this thing readable from 10 feet away. And everywhere you look at it, I want you to see something different.
It's really dynamic. It really fits the shape of the head. You got a lot of detail in there.
You always are able to show off with texture. You're able to show off with the depth of shading that you get in your tattoos. One of my favorite parts is the bottom with the little demon face that you have down there. That rich black really pumps out off the light grays.
There's no denying this is a badass tattoo. Great job. Thank you, man. Anthony, you're up next. Anthony, what was the thought process behind this tattoo?
Balance, intention, and unity. You know, I'm not a Polynesian tattooer by any means, but I wanted to pay respects to the culture and to the craft, how tattooing started. With the king's blessing of Polynesia, this is our journey.
The design, the layout, the detail is over the top.
The style of tattooing that you do on here is very dark, and it doesn't have a lot of loose skin breaks that we always look for. And with that being said, it plays so strong and so perfect still. Looking at the tools and the symmetry, the way the tattooing tools are lined up with those circles that you have over the top are beautiful. The negative space that goes perfectly echoes one side of the ear to the other and brings it up to cast the shapes for the portraits to sit in are beautiful. And the portrait quality on these on the side of a head are top notch.
I mean, that's winning right there, dude. You know what I mean? Thank you. And finally, DJ, you are up. Wow, DJ, clearly you didn't go small.
Nope. I wanted it to look from the top. If he puts his head straight down, look at the crowd. He's got a mask on the top of his head that slides up. The tassels ride the side. And I also wanted pieces that went together, but they are their own pieces from top to back. When he's walking backwards, people think that's a skeleton with a third eye with his brain cut out.
Every way you look at this guy's head, there's something going on that's interesting and intriguing. You look at the top of this guy's head, there's no doubt that thing is super tight, that's super clean.
To me, the top of the head is really, really, really strong. When we get down and we get to the skull, the way that you have those negative pieces that come out of the eyes and come onto the side of the head, beautiful. What gets me on this one is just the halos that you have on the lines up on the top of the flower on both sides of the shoulder.
There is no denying the blowouts in the flower. Amazing detail, amazing color work. This thing is bad to the bone.
All right, guys, there's $100,000 on the line. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Jason, based on the master face-off tattoos, which coach is the jury putting into the top two?
Well, the jury has decided that the coach we are voting in the top two is DJ.
Congratulations, DJ. You have earned the first spot in the top two. Steve and Anthony, based only on your 24-hour head tattoos, one of you will be one step closer to $100,000, and one of you is about to be eliminated. The judges have decided the second coach in the top two is Anthony. That means, Steve, you've been eliminated. You're a top-notch tattooer. You got a great spirit. You got a great fighting heart, man. Great job, dude.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. It was an honor. It was an honor. Kill it, guys.